Where am I in the world? What's up? It's Jordan. It's Monday, which means I'm here and I'm hanging out with this guy. The real question is, did this guy beat me to where I am, or did I get here first? Or did he get here at all? Controversial. Put it in the comments. Tell me if he got here or not. And if you guess where I am, you win stuff. Anyway, top tips and common mistakes. This week we are talking about, I'm talking about top tips and common mistakes for creating content on the fly, on the run, out and about. Things I see going wrong, things I see people doing right. First thing I would say is when it comes to video, your phone is probably perfectly good enough for various different reasons. If it's within about 3 years of being bought, then you're not going to have any issues with video creation in terms of the quality of the video. The newer they are, the better it's getting. Everyone's pretty up to date with their phones in sort of the industry that I find myself working in, which means you can use that without having to buy a camera, particularly an expensive camera that may actually not do as good a job as your phone is doing anyway. One, they're waterproof these days, or near enough. So if you take it out, you're going out bush and you drop it in the river, you pull it out quick enough, you're going to be fine. You drop a new camera in the river, not so sure if you're going to be fine, and you spend a lot more money on top of what you already paid for your phone. So moral of the story, use your phone because it's actually super portable. You can plug audio devices into it, which I'll talk about in a second, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of extra money on a camera, right? Remember, this is for on the fly. If you got a permanent setup in a space, then sure, get the better camera, have all the lighting set up, but for on the fly, cameras on phones and phones in your pocket are actually perfectly fine. Find a mic as an attachment. Top tip number 2, find a mic as an attachment, whether it be a small shotgun mic that you can actually plug into the bottom of your phone, whether it be a lapel mic that clips onto your shirt. There's also wireless options of these that you can plug into your phone. If you've got any questions about which of those to use, there's more content coming up around reviews of products and what's going to be best for you. But you can contact me directly if you want to know some advice on what you should be using, especially if you're creating on the fly. Top tip number 3 is do a little bit of planning. Okay, you just think, all right, sweet, I can just go out there, boom, create some cool content. Then you get there and something's not quite right, or, oh man, there's a lot of noise in here, or this and that. Oh, I kind of thought I was going to talk about this, and now I'm not actually talking about it. And yet, things can go wrong with a little bit of lack of planning, and more things can go wrong if you're doing that on the fly. So, if your planning is reduced and you're creating in the same space constantly all the time, then you're going to get away with it. In most cases, there's less variables. That's probably the best way that I can put it. There's less variables in a controlled space than there are if you're creating on the fly. Common mistakes. Overspending on unnecessary equipment. I've already kind of talked about this with video, same with audio, same with lighting, all that kind of stuff. If you're creating different environments all the time, then there's absolutely no need to spend money that you don't need to be spending. Okay, buying something like this and then trying to plug it into a phone, all that kind of stuff, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. And in a lot of cases, it's not worth buying a lot of that stuff. So think about that. Again, ask me if you're not sure. Distracting environments, particularly for your audience, and for you. So if you're trying to create content, you're trying to say the same things that you're trying to say the things that you want to be saying. For example, me right now, if there's someone running around behind me, being annoying, being distracting, there was loud noises, all that stuff, I'd struggle to get the content out. I do anyway. This is attempt number 2. I'm running with it. See if we can make it to the end. So distracting environments can be detrimental to your audience. The post-production becomes a little harder, and they're harder for you to concentrate on what you're actually trying to say. Lack of consideration for your audience is my mistake number 3. So what do they actually want from you, and are you representing yourself in a way that you want to be representing yourself to those particular people? If it's for business and you're wanting to come across extremely professional in some cases, then is content on the fly gonna deliver that? Okay, it's authentic. I would 100% say it's authentic when you're creating on the run. Those variables and things do happen, and it makes it a little bit more real. But who are you trying to target? What do you want people to think of what you're creating? Food for thought, okay? Is it potentially doing more harm than good, but it's more convenient for you? So just a few considerations in that department, okay? That's me. I'm out for another week. Make sure you hit me up with any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them with absolutely no obligation. I just like helping people. So reach out to NZ Audio Editors. That's me first and foremost. So find me on LinkedIn. You already found me, but find me anyway. Find me on all the other socials. I'm even on TikTok because I'm cool. Yeah, stop laughing. Okay, for that and for now, I'm out of here. See you next week.